I'm a pastry chef on an island in Maine, and this is everything I did at work today. After getting everything into the proof box, I of course had to make a large-ass iced coffee because it is 4 a.m. after all. Next, I mixed a pre-ferment for our croissant dough. This is basically a sourdough starter but with commercial yeast. It's a part of my experimentation, but we'll talk about that later. Then I made another batch of honey pastry cream. This will be turned into diplomat cream tomorrow by adding whipped cream to this. Then I mixed up another batch of cinnamon roll filling. This is basically a blend of butter, sugar, and all of the spices for cinnamon rolls. And then I mixed up some egg wash, which is a 1:1:1 of heavy cream, eggs, and yolks by weight, not by volume. Then my danishes came in and out of the oven, and I popped down those middles and filled them up with diplomat cream, and then a center of dark chocolate ganache, and then topped that with some honeycomb candy and flaky salt. Then my plain croissants came out of the oven, and if you've been following along, you know that I'm currently unhappy with these. These look much darker on camera than they actually were in real life, but I think I'm concluding that it's not the shaping, it is the dough. I mixed up some chocolate ganache and I topped the cinnamon rolls, and then we got everything into the pastry case. And after all of that was done, my pre-ferment had been sitting for 4 hours, and that is how it had been mixed the day that I made the dough when it looked really, really good. And so this is my experiment of trying to see if it actually is the dough. Then I got into my laminating. This is yesterday's dough, not today's dough. The dough that I made today will be used tomorrow, and I had to do some surgery on a broken butter block. If this ever happens to you, all you need to do is kind of like form it back together, kind of like smash everything up, and then you can plasticize it again on the sheeter and it will be just like brand new. So I'm shaping croissants again. I'm shaping them exactly how I did yesterday, which I did like the shape better. I also was wondering if it was a proofing thing. I really well proofed my croissants today, and they still didn't look exactly like they did the first time that I made them really beautiful, and so I'm just going to keep tweaking. And I just finished all of my other shaping for the day. I am also experimenting with the amount of filling in these cinnamon rolls because they keep collapsing in the middle, and so I filled them a little bit less, hoping that's the answer. But that wraps up my day. I'm going to go in and enjoy the sun. I'll see you tomorrow.